Greetings, and welcome back to another video. Now, I recently rewatched Konosuba for research in an episode of a series I do that has had a recent fall in popularity. But yeah, not just that. Konosuba is awesome. One of my favorite anime. But regardless, and when I rewatched it, I noticed a lot of things were different than how I remembered them. But, yeah, namely, all I can say is, when I first watched it, I always thought of Kazuma as a generic main character for an isekai anime. But, looking back at it, it's completely different. In fact, I will say this, and I don't care what anyone says, Kazuma might just be one of, if not the greatest, main character of all time. You hear that? It's me getting crucified in the comments. Which is weird, because this is weird. It's actually happened before. That's never happened before. Even in my Defense of Mineta video, I've never gotten crucified. At least not by the comments. Just kidding. Okay, so. Why is Kazuma awesome? Well, let's take it from the beginning. First off, he's relatable. He was a shut-in gamer, who left his house to buy a new video game, ended up dying in a way that's not really remarkable, unless you count embarrassing deaths remarkable. And then he was given a chance to live his dream, go to a world that's like a video game, except it ends up sucking and being nothing like he imagined. Which is how it would be for any one of us that were given that chance. I mean, heck, I'm physically capable. I mean, potentially I'm getting tested for COVID, so yeah, that's a maybe. And intelligence-wise, I'm awesome. But even I would have just as much trouble as Kazuma, especially with no magic. Items from the get-go. I mean, heck, I'd have the same problems as him. So really, there's nothing remarkable that I can think of. And besides, he handles it, all of this, like a normal person would. I mean, his stats aren't really remarkable. I mean, he has a good intelligence score, and his luck is off the charts, but luck apparently does nothing until just after the anime ends in the light novel. I recommend checking that out. It's great so far. Matter of fact, I'll leave the link to the light novel in the description. But regardless, his stats are nothing special, but he uses what he's got, to get in order to face whatever he can to win. And other than that, that's really all I can say. He's relatable. Then there's the fact that he's not a bad guy, despite what I hear a lot of people complaining about. I hear all of them talking about how bad he is because he constantly uses steel on girls, but I'd like to point this out. He doesn't get to choose what he steals. It's all based on his luck, and while it's off the charts, usually he doesn't steal anything that's valuable. And then I keep hearing people talking about what he says, and I gotta say this: a lot of popular characters say the same thing. Only difference is, Kazuma does take things a bit too extreme, but regardless, I think his actions have more than spoke for him being a great guy. Then there's the fact that Then I hear people talking about how his horrible actions towards women, and I point you to this. Kazuma is nothing more than an advocate for gender equality, and I have personally taken up the goal of reaching Kazuma's level of respect for women. I wish to be able to say that I would drop kick any woman who was asking for it like he does. But regardless. Okay. So, Kazuma, he's not a bad guy. And then, just look at his actions. I mean, when he realized that Megumin was gonna go, to the Dullahan's castle to sit, with Megumin, because, he knew that she was going regardless, he chose to go with her. Because he knew that, she wouldn't stand a chance. And even though he could possibly die too. Of course, they didn't end up going because Aqua had her Deus Ex Machina powers and only show up at convenient moments. And when I can't say that spoiling the light novel, but then, and of course, towards the end of season 2, spoiler alert here. Okay, that's enough for the spoiler happening. When they were fighting that poison slime guy, Kazuma willingly died to give the party a chance to win. He knew that there was a chance. Of course, he was able to tell that he was going to win, and yet revived by Aqua, but he still did it. Even though he knew it was going to be excruciating. And that he could potentially die. For good. And then, of course, there's the fact that he is always there for his team. Of course, it's kind of an anime protagonist requirement, but he still does it. And then, let's talk about Kazuma's strong points. First off, he's a genius strategist. He uses his lifetime of gaming to be able to come up with genius strategies on the fly to take down their enemies. And then there's the fact that he knows a vast amount of every villain except slimes. And I will say, and for those of you who've read the light novel Orcs, that is not a good thing yet. That was a really hard to read scene in the light novel. But regardless, Kazuma's a strategic genius. Then, of course, there's the fact that he's just a regular genius. Later in the series, Kazuma tells a blacksmith various forging techniques to make a katana. Now, it's a relatively simple process for a person who actually knows what they're doing, but Kazuma knew how to make a katana. That's not an easy feat for someone who has no experience blacksmithing, which he didn't. So that alone was impressive. But then there's the fact that he made several devices that took years to invent, despite just being a normal person who probably had no idea what he was doing. And he wasn't using magic for it. So that's extra amazing. Then of course, there's the fact that he's the most well-balanced person in his party. I mean, they got a glass cannon, a wall, a healer who really sucks at her job, and then there's him, who actually is well-balanced. He has good range attacks with his bow and snipe ability. If things getting close, he has good swordsmanship skills for his katana. And he has basic leather armor, which is actually better than any armor anyone else has, because Darkness's armor may be able to take a lot, but yet it is extremely heavy and slows her down to the point where she can't keep up with anyone. Even Kazuma, when he's carrying Megumin on his back because he used up all her mana. He's the most well-balanced person there, and he's really the most sane person there. I mean, they got a Chinibu, a masochist, and a narcissist. I mean, Kazuma is really the most sane person there. And that's saying something. But really, Kazuma's normal in terms of his anime. So, that's really all I have to say. If you have anything else to say, to add to the conversation, put it in the comments section. If you have any arguments, again, comment section. If you want to share this video with someone, click share. Share it with them. Not really sure how to explain that. Other than, why don't we get an opinion from someone other than me? What do you think, Fred? Yeah. Good point. So, that's Fred's opinion. I want to hear yours. But, thank you all for watching. This is Randoman, signing off.